Welcome to Max Premieres, the channel where you discover the best series and movies to watch today. If you're looking for a story that grabs you from the first episode, stay with us because today we bring you the top 10 series that will hook you from minute one. From thrillers loaded with suspense to intense dramas and fantasy worlds, you won't want to leave. Get ready to see plots that won't let you pull away from the screen. But before we start the video, it would help me a lot if you took a moment to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your kind support. Number 10, Servant. Dorothy and Sean Turner are a wealthy couple from Philadelphia living in a huge house full of secrets. They lost their 13-week-old baby Jericho in tragic circumstances. Dorothy couldn't handle it. Her mind broke. Now she believes a hyper-realistic doll is her real son. She carries it, feeds it, talks to it. Sean, desperate, plays along so he doesn't make it worse. To make everything seem normal, they hire Leanne Grayson, a young and strange nanny played by Nell Tiger Free. Since Leanne arrives, weird things start happening. Things that have no explanation. The doll seems to move. There are noises at night. The temperature drops for no reason. What seemed like complicated grief turns into a nightmare that grows with each episode. Leanne has secrets, many. And the Turner family is trapped in something much darker than they imagined. Created by Tony Basgallop and produced by M. Night Shyamalan, the series has that claustrophobic atmosphere Shyamalan handles so well. If you like horror that makes you think more than scream, give it a chance. Number 9, Gangs of London. For 20 years, Finn Wallace controlled organized crime in London like nobody else. He had absolute power, respect, fear, everything was under control until they murdered him. Now his son Sean, played by Joe Cole, has to take over the family empire. The problem is, Sean isn't like his father. He's impulsive, violent, emotional. He wants immediate revenge and doesn't care who falls in the process. The Dumani family, his closest allies, tries to help him maintain control, but London is a powder keg. They're Albanian, Kurdish, Pakistani, Welsh mafias, all waiting for the perfect moment to attack. Each episode has action sequences that look like movies. Chases, shootouts, choreographed fights that leave you breathless. Directed by Gareth Evans, the same guy from The Raid, you know the violence is going to be brutal and stylized. The series doesn't mess around. It's bloody, raw, and doesn't forgive. If you liked Peaky Blinders and want something bloodier, this is for you. Number 8, Evil. Does evil exist as a supernatural force, or does everything have a rational explanation? That's the question that haunts Kristen Bouchard, played by Katja Herbers, a forensic psychologist skeptical to the core. She doesn't believe in demons, possessions, or miracles. Everything has a scientific explanation. Until she meets David Acosta, played by Mike Coulter, a priest in training who works for the Catholic Church investigating paranormal cases. David needs professional help to determine what's real and what's madness. Kristen joins the team along with Ben Shakir, played by Asif Manvi, a technology expert as skeptical as she is. The three investigate possessions, miracles, apparitions, and phenomena that defy all logic. Each case is more twisted than the last. Kristen starts seeing things, nightmares, visions. She doesn't know if she's losing her sanity or if there's really something out there. Created by Robert and Michelle King, the same ones from The Good Wife, the series mixes intelligent horror with character drama. It'll keep you guessing until the last episode. Number 7, The Lincoln Lawyer. Mickey Haller doesn't have an office. His office is the back seat of his Lincoln Navigator. He drives around Los Angeles attending clients, preparing cases, negotiating with prosecutors. He's a defense attorney with plenty of charisma, played by Manuel Garcia Rulfo. After a year away from the courts due to an accident and drug problems, Mickey gets a second chance when he inherits all the cases from a colleague who was murdered. Among those cases, there's one that can change his life, defending Trevor Elliott, a tech billionaire accused of murdering his wife and her lover. The case seems simple at first, too simple. As Mickey investigates, he discovers there's more than meets the eye. Lies, irregularities, clues that don't add up. And the worst part, someone doesn't want Mickey to win this case. Someone is willing to kill him to make him stop. The series has that addictive rhythm of well-made legal thrillers. Twists you don't see coming, sharp dialogue, complex characters. Netflix already confirmed a 4th season. Number 6. Alice in Borderland. The lights go out in the middle of Shibuya. When Arisu and his two friends come out of the mall bathroom, Tokyo is completely empty. There are no people, no cars, no noise, just silence. The buildings are still there, but the city is dead. Arisu, played by Kento Yamazaki, is a lazy video game addict who does nothing with his life. Now he's trapped in a parallel dimension where the only way to survive is by winning deadly games. Each game is represented by a playing card. The suit indicates the type. Clubs require teamwork, diamonds require intelligence, hearts play with your emotions, spades demand physical strength. The number indicates difficulty. If you lose, you die. If you don't play, you die. There's no way out. Arisu has to use everything he learned playing video games to stay alive while looking for a way to get back home. Based on the manga by Haro Aso, the series has cinematic production, brutal action scenes, and games that will have you on the edge of your seat. If you liked Squid Game, you'll love this, but with more depth. Number 5. From. There's a town in the middle of nowhere that nobody can leave. No matter what road you take, no matter how much you drive, you always end up back in the same place. People who arrive there get trapped forever. And that's not the worst part. When night falls, creatures come out of the forest. They look like normal people. They smile. They talk. But if they open the door for you, they kill you in the most horrible ways you can imagine. The only rules are simple. Hide before nightfall, seal all entrances, hang a talisman on the door. If you break any rule, you die. Boyd Stevens, played by Harold Perrineau, is a veteran who leads this makeshift community. He's been trying to find a way out for years while keeping everyone alive. Each episode reveals a little more of the mystery, but also generates 10 new questions. The tension is constant and the creatures genuinely terrifying. The problem is, it moves slowly revealing information. It can frustrate you if you expect concrete answers, but if you enjoy theorizing, it'll obsess you. Number 4. The Night Agent. The phone hadn't rung for months, until that night. Peter Sutherland, played by Gabriel Basso, is an FBI agent with a boring job, watching an emergency phone in the White House basement. It's a punishment position, a place where they send agents who screwed up or they don't trust. Peter is there because his past has stains. Nobody believes in him. But when that phone finally rings, everything changes in seconds. On the other side is Rose Larkin, played by Lucianne Buchanan, a former tech executive whose life just became a nightmare. Her aunt and uncle were murdered, and she's next on the list. Peter has to protect her while they figure out what's happening. What starts as a protection case becomes a conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of government. There are moles, betrayals, hitmen chasing them all over Washington. The series doesn't give you a second to breathe. Chases, shootouts, twists every 2 episodes. The good thing is the action is constant and the characters work. The bad thing is the second season dropped in quality a bit. Number 3. The Orville. 400 years in the future, humanity is part of the Planetary Union, an alliance of species that travel through the galaxy in exploratory ships. Ed Mercer, played by Seth MacFarlane, finally gets command of his own ship, the USS Orville. The problem is his ex-wife, Kelly Grayson, played by Adrienne Palicki, is his second in command. They got divorced a year ago after she cheated on him. Now they have to work together. The tension is obvious. What seems like a Star Trek parody in the first episodes transforms into something much deeper. The series talks about religion, gender identity, artificial intelligence, discrimination, morality. The episodes make you think. They question you. And at the same time, they entertain you with well-made space adventures. The characters grow, relationships evolve, the special effects are cinema level. The 3rd season especially is pure cinema. Seth MacFarlane created a love letter to Star Trek, but with humanity, humor, and heart. It's exactly what Star Trek used to be and stopped being years ago. Number 2. The Last Kingdom. Uhtred was born Saxon but raised Viking. That's his tragedy and his strength. As a child, he was the heir to Bebbanburg, a fortress in northern England. The Danes attacked. They killed his father. They captured him, but instead of murdering him, the Viking leader Ragnar adopted him as his own son. Uhtred grew up among Vikings. He learned to fight like them, to think like them, to live like them. When Ragnar dies, Uhtred is left alone in the middle of a war between two worlds. The Saxons don't trust him because he was raised by the enemy. The Vikings don't fully accept him because he was born Saxon. Played by Alexander Draymond, Uhtred is a divided warrior who has to choose a side while fighting to recover his ancestral lands. The series covers the wars between Saxons and Danes in the 9th century. King Alfred the Great, masterfully played by David Dawson, tries to unify England while resisting the Viking invasion. The battles are brutal, realistic, bloody. The politics are complex. The characters are perfectly written. Based on the novels by Bernard Cornwell, the series respects history without sacrificing entertainment. If you're only going to watch one historical series this year, let it be this one. Number 1. The Punisher. Jon Bernthal doesn't act as Frank Castle. He becomes him. Every look carries the weight of a man who lost everything and now only knows one way to exist: punish. Frank was a decorated Marine, a family man who had everything, a wife who loved him, 2 young children, a normal life, until they killed them. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't bad luck. It was a planned execution in a park while they were having a picnic. Frank survived. They didn't. Now Frank lives for only one thing: finding every person involved in his family's murder and making them pay. Not with legal justice, with his own justice. With extreme violence, without mercy, without remorse. As he investigates, he discovers that his family's murder is connected to a military conspiracy that goes to the highest levels of government. Arms trafficking, covert operations, betrayals within the army. Frank allies with David Lieberman, alias Micro, played by Eben Moss-Backrack, a former NSA analyst who was also betrayed by the system. Together they unearth secrets that powerful people don't want to come out. The action is visceral. The fights feel real, painful, brutal. Bernthal delivers one of the best performances in the Marvel Universe. The series isn't afraid to be dark, raw, violent. It talks about trauma, pain, what war does to soldiers. Netflix canceled it after 2 seasons due to corporate decisions with Disney. Even incomplete, it remains one of the best comic adaptations ever made. And that's where our journey through the 10 series that will hook you from minute 1 ends. Which one caught your attention the most? Have you already seen any? Tell us in the comments, we'd like to hear from you. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. Here, you'll always find the best of cinema and series, so you'll never run out of things to watch. See you at the next premiere.